Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's start to the new year is going great so far. I know myself, I'm feeling very refreshed. I'm feeling motivated. I'm just kind of ready to take things to the next level. Now, this video today is going to be something a little bit different. I kind of just want to share some of my thoughts with you guys on this past year. I want to talk a little bit about the growth of my YouTube channel, because if you didn't know, the channel grew from a little over 400 subscribers to over 7,000 now, all in the year of 2020. But even more than just the numbers of the channel growing and everything like that, as great as that is, 2020 was definitely a pretty trying year for me, both personally, professionally, losing a very close loved one. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to just, getting through that year and trying to take a lot of that energy and putting it towards the right stuff in this new year. So today's video is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be real chill. I just wanna share some of my thoughts with you guys, reflect on this last year a bit. So maybe grab your favorite beverage, maybe a coffee, energy drink. I'm sipping on this Ghost Sour Patch Kids right now. It is really good. But yeah, this video is gonna be cool. I think you guys will find some value out of it. So if we look at the start of 2020, my YouTube channel, I was really just doing it very part-time. So obviously I was working my full-time job, and I was just doing YouTube whenever I could. So whether that be in the evening after work or maybe on a weekend day, things like that, I basically would just put out a YouTube video whenever I could. And then obviously things started kind of shifting in the world whenever that was, I guess the end of March, early April. And long story short, I was off of work for, I think it was around like 6-7 months. And so I kind of had a decision to make. So I either could just accept my unemployment check and just play Xbox all day with the homies, which, although that sounds pretty fun, and I definitely did some, or I could kind of take all this extra time that I had and kind of follow a dream of mine, at least that I've always thought I would enjoy doing. So I've had my YouTube channel now overall for about 1.5 years now, but I've definitely thought about having a YouTube channel now for like 6, 7, 8 years. And then when I finally pulled the trigger and I started making YouTube videos about 1.5 years ago, it was very part-time. So for me to now have the opportunity when I was off of work to put all this time potentially into my YouTube channel, that's what I decided to do. So all of a sudden I went from doing YouTube very part-time whenever I could on top of my full-time job to being able to put in tons of hours every single day, every week. I was putting in more than full-time hours into my YouTube channel every single week. So I was putting in, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Easy. Now, it may sound obvious, but that's when I saw a lot of the growth of my YouTube channel. So I started putting out better quality content. I was able to put out content more regularly. More people started to notice. I was more active on socials. I was able to just share my content more. And I was really happy with how everything was going. Things were just starting to snowball, and it was just satisfying and I guess fulfilling for me to see my YouTube channel to start to grow. Not just because the numbers were growing, but just I was feeling really fulfilled to be able to kind of have this creative outlet just for personal content that I never really had before. So fast forward a bit later into the year, I had been putting all this time into my YouTube channel and everything like that. Well, some of the stuff in the world started going back to normal. My job, everything came back with that, which I'm very thankful for, but I started working full time again. And then that eventually shifted to actually going full time back physically into work, not just working from home. So my entire kind of schedule changed. So I went from YouTube being a very part-time thing to YouTube being basically my sole focus every single day, to then me trying to transition back into having a full-time job, and then also being able to still have a YouTube channel, still put out content consistently, and be able to have the quality of content that I kind of now held myself to, because I was able to do that for, X amount of months in the middle of the year. So I was kind of in this weird kind of limbo for a little bit. I would say a few months where, I was working full time again, but I was still trying to put all this time into my YouTube channel. And although I don't think it ever got to be too extreme, it definitely got to be a little bit unhealthy where, I would just work all day and then I would just work on my personal content for hours in the evening after that. And I think it was really good for me to kind of see, I think, what my threshold of work was. But a person can only work for so much and also can only be so creative. for so much. And I feel like I started having my YouTube channel be more towards me just being able to get out videos. And that kind of takes away from the point of what I started for. It was started to be a creative outlet for me. It was somewhere where I could just work on personal content that was different from my normal work. And it's something that I really enjoyed doing. So I'd say like over the last quarter part of 2020, I really kind of took a step back. I really tried to kind of change my perspective on everything because I knew what I was doing wasn't really sustainable. And taking that time for me, I think I was really able to kind of reassess things and kind of see what I want my future to be. And I'm not talking just the YouTube channel. I'm not talking just, you know, chasing, I want 10,000 subscribers or I want to hit that 100K so I can have a plaque on the wall. Although all that stuff sounds great and they are goals of mine, I'm talking bigger picture here. So I think I really, just with a lot of things that happened in this year, started to really take my future more seriously, you know, and I'm talking, you know, big picture stuff like where do I want to live? What type of person do I want to be with? What type of lifestyle do I want to live? What do I want my daily work schedule to be like, or my daily, you know, routine, stuff like that. And I think that was really important for me. And I think maybe it's obvious to some people, but I think it's a little bit different for me to have that mindset now where, you know, I see what I want my future to be and I can kind of work backwards from that. So definitely my YouTube channel plays a role into that. I think my YouTube channel is going to be a big part of my future. But I think I needed that time to focus on more like my life and my future than just me every single day thinking about the future of the YouTube channel. Now I know maybe that sounds a little woo-woo or it's out there a little bit, but I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. I think the biggest thing I learned over this past year is just how important balance is and finding what that balance is. And without a doubt, I'm not saying that, you know, you shouldn't work late in the evenings on your personal projects or the weekends or things like that. Absolutely not. I think that's a really important thing. And I think that's what separates a lot of people as far as their career goes or their income goes or lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. So I think that stuff is really important, but I think it's just as important to figure out when it's time to actually dig in and put in that extra work so you can reap the rewards, because I think sometimes it doesn't make as much sense as other times. And also you gotta take care of yourself and your loved ones, your mental health, all that kind of stuff too. Because if you don't have the correct mindset doing all these things or kind of what you're working towards, you're never going to feel fulfilled. I promise you, if you are only chasing, you know, your first 100 subscribers, I knew what that feeling felt like. I was chasing that first 1,000 subscribers and I was just thinking, man, once I get to that 1,000, I'll feel like I made it. I feel like I'm a real YouTuber, right? Then you hit that 1,000 and you're already thinking about, oh, well, if I can just hit 2,000. And the same thing happens when I hit 5,000. The same thing's gonna hit when I hit 10,000. No matter what it is in life, whether you're chasing your Instagram follower number, your YouTube subscriber count, or, you know, maybe you're just thinking, oh, once I make X amount of dollars from my salary, or once I hit, you know, 50,000 a year, or once I hit 6 figures, once you hit these things, your lifestyle is just going to kind of go along with it. And it's just instantly going to be on to the next goal. So I think you really need to kind of put things into perspective and stop chasing the numbers, whether that be, you know, digital numbers on the computer or your phone, or if I'm just talking real life numbers. I think it's a lot more important to figure out what that life is that you want and just try to kind of work backwards from that and figure out how you can get there. So moving into 2021, I definitely have a lot of goals for myself, whether that be personal, professional, and also for my YouTube channel. You know, this YouTube channel has become a large part of my life. I spend a lot of time on it, and I want to continue to kind of grow it in the way that I have been. I like to make a variety of content, whether that be reviews, camera talk, whether that be tutorials. I love doing vlogs. And that's kind of my goal. I want to continue on the path that I'm doing, and I feel like I'm really figuring out what type of videos I personally enjoy making. Also, I love hearing the feedback from you guys, which videos you enjoy. And for whatever reason, I truly feel like we're on the verge of something special here with this channel. I don't know exactly what it is yet or why, but I just have a really good feeling about this year. So we're gonna see what happens. So this will be pretty cool to look back on it next year. We'll kind of see where we're at that point with both in my life and also with this YouTube channel. That'll be pretty cool. And I do want to mention that I feel like at this point, I've really surrounded myself with a really good group of friends, of other creators that are in this similar space, but it really helps me to kind of stay motivated, to stay inspired, and we all kind of check up on each other when someone hasn't uploaded recently, or we see someone doing something awesome, just kind of reach out and say what's up. And just kind of push each other to the next level. So I want to give a special shout out to those dudes. You guys definitely know who you are. I really appreciate you guys. And everyone else who's watching this, all 7,100 and let me see the exact number, all 7,154 subscribers as I'm recording this video right now. This channel would be nothing without you guys. I appreciate it more than anything. This has been a life dream, a life goal of mine to have a YouTube channel. And like I said, I think this really is just the start. And I think this year is gonna be something special. So if you stuck around this far into the video, I really appreciate you guys. I feel like I've said appreciate like 200 times, but it's true. Sometimes it just kind of feels surreal, and all the love and support, everything really does mean a lot to me. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, will you drop it a thumbs up? That really helps the channel out. If you guys would do me one more favor, drop me a comment below. Let me know one goal you have for yourself this year, and I'll be down there responding to everybody. If this happened to be the first time you came across this channel and you watched this YouTube video and you stuck around this far, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video very, very soon. Peace, guys.